Look at that again. Okay, we are making a little bit of progress on this bug trailer. Yeah, I said I needed to do other things, but yeah, I got a bit of work done out in the yard. Wife's happy with that, so we can get back to what we're doing. The other thing too is, yeah, I got to get this running, but yeah, everything that goes back on here is like, yeah, bent, broken, rusted, greasy, needs painting. Everything that goes back on has to have something done to it. So yeah, it's sort of pretty slow, and you can't. Well, sort of could. I'm sort of avoiding climbing under the car. If you really want to know, I hate climbing under the car, but yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff to be done under the car that I can actually go on with. But yeah, I mean, I can't start it until I get all these other things on. Like, when I say I can't start it, I could drop the radiator in there, or I could hotwire it, you know. But yeah, I want my instruments working. I want to know what the oil pressure is, the temperature, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I had to clean up the alternator bracket, put a bit of clear on that. The alternator still needs clearing. Got all my steering column pulled apart, but yeah, when I do manage to start it up, I want to be able to drive it straight off, so doing everything else. Anyway, yeah, that's not the bug trailer. Okay, so what have we been doing? Well, since the last video, come along here, done 3 rust patches. These were 3, these had sort of holes here, here and here, but yeah, it was all pretty rusted, so I cut the whole bit out. There's drill holes here, which used to hold the egg in it. Another patch over there, so yeah, I've got all them rust tiles. I think that's, no, it's not quite actually. Yeah, I've stuck another hole under here somewhere, I think. I don't know. Okay, well, that's all the rust done in the back. You see these bits of text mark. I'll show you what they are. Some of them are like pinholes because you're laying tacks on top of tacks, and it's really easy to miss little bits. But, so some of them pinholes. But this here, I'm hoping yeah, see the light shining through there. That, actually, I think I ground that too far, but it could also be, oh yeah, it looks pretty thin. I'd say I've just ground it too much. Down the bottom here, this is cracks from hammering a MIG weld. MIG welds are brittle. They don't like to be hammered. And, but yeah, so there's a few pinholes. That's how you find them. You get a light behind them. Yeah, or yeah, look at them when the sun's behind it. So yeah, I got to go along, because yeah, that was sort of too much of a corner. So I cut it and I rounded it off. I cut it down the bottom, hammered it up the top. But yeah, I've ground that too far, and that'll be a problem because, yeah, if I've ground through it, that means it's paper thin. The moment I go to weld it, it'll just blow holes in it everywhere. So I think probably the easier thing would be to just cut that section out, put a patch back into it. I'm gonna have to, yeah, avoid down here. These are cracks from when I've hammered it, because that was pushed in, as you know. Down here, that's another grind mark. I've cut through trying to get this line in. Okay, so what I've been doing today, I'll get the light again. Right, I'm going to get this whole section finished up here now, and then I can finish off the roof. So, yeah, firstly what I did was I had the bonnet, and that strut's not really strong enough. I think I'm going to have to go to 150 on that, which is okay because the 200s on the front should be alright, hopefully anyway. But they're only $12 anyway. But yeah, while I was under there cutting and grinding, it fell down on my head twice. So yeah, need to go a bit tougher. But anyway, yeah, so I marked the line all the way along here. I got the boot lid straight first, and yeah, marked the line according to this, because see, this length is unchangeable. Right, yeah. Oh, it's not. I mean, anything's changeable, but you don't. This is a folded edge, so you don't really want to cut through that. You keep that, and it should be straight anyway. Like, you know, the lid is not straight this way. It's going to need a lot of manipulation yet, but this line here is the correct line. So yeah, that's what I've done. Marked all the way along there, cut off where it was excessive, and yeah, I've started putting the first part of the lip in, because I didn't try to, you know, get the width correct. You know, just stuck pieces in there, tacked them on, run the grinder along this top edge, cut it off, welded it. So yeah, now that it's all in place, I can yeah, like I'm not even sure of the depth yet. I'm gonna have to. I've got a few rubber seals that are suitable. I've only got little pieces, but yeah, I'll put it in there and compress it, and then I'll know what sort of depth I'm going to need. But yeah, so that'll be getting cut off, you know, like ½ inch or so all the way along. And then we get the next piece, and which will be, so once I've got it cut off, I'll then, because it'll have to be like flush with whatever this panel is. So yeah, I'll be cutting it off, and then yeah, welding another piece all the way along, and given where it is, yeah, so I cut it off, I'll put the piece underneath. Yeah, like, I'm not even going to try and meet the edge. I'll just, yeah, like, put it all out, all the way under a bit, get it at the right angle. And I'll put tacks all the way along here, and then it'll stay like that until I actually take the shell off and turn it upside down. And yeah, at that point then I'll trim off the excess, and I'll fully weld it, you know, from the underside, from the back. So, you know, on the underside, after I've trimmed it off, we'll have a corner like that, and yeah, I'll be able to fully weld that corner, which will sort of be same as up here. Yeah, outside corners are easy to weld, and being underneath too, yeah, I won't even have to grind that off. Yeah, well, this corner I'll have to grind off, but the underside won't matter, just leave it on there, and I'll worry about cleaning up. So yeah, it'll be nice and strong. But yeah, that's the next step. Let's get this final piece on, and it'll be thicker than that. That's only a thin bit of shit. But yeah, I'll be putting something that's like double that thickness. Yeah, because it's got to have a reasonable amount of strength. It's got to compress the seal onto it, so without bending. And yeah, that will be finished. Well, that once I do a few pinholes, and oh yeah, there's a couple of rust holes here still. One there. Yeah, another one there. So you can't. This is the thing you get. Yeah, like you can't just go back along and weld that. You can't weld rust. Yeah, so that's, yeah, it goes right up to here. There's actually a hole here. There's a whole overlap of panel there, so you know that'll be all rusted in between it. So that whole piece will have to come out. Yeah. So yeah, this patch will start from here and run all the way down to probably here somewhere. So that'll be one long strip, and it'll have to be, yeah, it's got a bend in it too. That would be difficult. It might even be two pieces. It might be a flat piece and then another, a flat piece that way and then another edge running along. See, it's difficult to, not impossible, I suppose I should try make it in one piece, but it's difficult to fold up a piece like a 90-degree piece when it's not straight. So this has got a big curve in it, so you can't just like put a bit of angle in it, because the angle's straight, it's not going to match the curve. And yeah. But yeah, only being short, like it's only going to be less than ½ inch. Yeah, I might try curving it, try making that in one piece. I might actually do this separate to here too. Get this bit welded on before I cut that bit off. Because yeah, if I go and just cut this whole piece out, it's going to move. And there's a good chance that when I get it welded back in, it'll be in the wrong place. So. And I'll have to adjust it. So. Anyway, a bit undecided what I'm going to do there. Whatever that is can come out. That's obviously what was over here. That's what that hole originated from, whatever that is. It's probably a rubber thing that's gone terribly hard or something. Plug of some kind. Anyway, so yeah, we're on the final stages of the welding up and designing, and because there's still more to be done on here. Yeah, I suppose that's another bit of work in itself. And see, there isn't might be, yeah, probably will go close to enough. Thinking there isn't really enough of a lip sticking out there before it gets to that frame piece, but might be. Oh, I think I've already cut that back. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's going to fall on my head again if I'm not careful. Yeah, so I'm going to be welding another piece all the way along there, in there. So I've had to cut it back to allow for the lip on here, and yeah, enough room for the seal to press against it. And yeah, that's partially why it's all out of shape too, because that inner framework's been cut and there's nothing really supporting it. So but yeah, before I put all that in, I'm going to have to get it all back into shape. As you can see, it's all over the place. So yeah, bit of work, but as I said, we are getting there. Yeah. I had to actually cut that as well. And so for something I thought was going to be pretty simple, it's turned out to be really complex. And yeah, way more cutting and welding than I first thought. Yeah, like even this wasn't meeting the body properly. It was meeting from here all the way along quite nicely. And then when I got to here, yeah, it got to where it was, nearly 10 mil too high by the time it got to here. And there, and yeah, to cut that, because that's right where the hinge bracket goes. So in order for it to bend, yeah, I've had to cut, well, not just that bit. Yeah, I've had to cut right back up here. All the way back down here. Because you can't, this is where the hinge bolts on, there's the two hinge bolts. There and there. And you can't bend it where the hinge is. So yeah, I've had to cut all that. You can see how that's no longer meeting properly. So this has gone back up, probably to where it should have been actually. Because yeah, when I put this patch in, yeah, it's lifted up, but yeah. So then I thought the bonnet was pretty all right. I was going to adjust the body to match the bonnet, but as I said, it would have been silly to start changing the body when it all met fine right up to this point. So yeah, the best option was to change the bonnet at this point. But yeah, it's all fitting good now. I did start puttying this because sort of wanted to take a little bit of a break from the cutting and welding and try and get one bit sort of close to finished, just a psychological thing. So when I sitting there look at it, it doesn't look like that much of a job anymore. Things can become overwhelming, when you're looking at a whole job. And you sometimes have to break it up a bit into smaller things, smaller, more achievable goals, or it just becomes a bit overwhelming. So yeah, we are getting there. I've now got my numbers for the trailer. That was a long process, and I'm glad I didn't have to do it. I got another bloke from the trailer place in town who's learned all the new regulations and figured out the website and everything, and so I paid him $100 to sort it all out for me, and get numbers allocated by government, and because he's a proper trailer builder, so he's got a whole stack of compliance plates there. So yeah, that's all done, and when I go in on Tuesday, I can pick up the compliance plate for the trailer, and but then it's still not registered. It's still another $150 inspection from a regular rego inspector. Yeah. And then that's not finished then either. And then I got to pay for the rego and pay for the plate. And so, but yeah, with like that was the biggest hurdle, getting the numbers, and we've jumped that hurdle now. So yeah, now it's just a matter of coming up with another couple hundred, and it's legal to use. So, well, legal to use. As soon as I got this bit finished anyway, I can go camping and use it. So, anyway, a bit longer a video than I planned to make. I just wanted to It's just going to be a quick update just to show you that, yeah, things are still happening with it. So, yeah, so thanks for watching, and hopefully catch you again. Bye.